Just need a bit of time.
You're trapped.
Sound. Yeah, because I've only got 7 minutes.
How are you?
The demiurge is understood as a creative character with power and limits. The first myth is in Plato's Timaeus, where the demiurge is the creator of the world and is a craftsman and artisan, the kind of poet who works at her material. According to this, the sensible world is generated in contrast to a world of divine forms which isn't. This world has an origin in time. Material nature is matter, but the world is not exhausted by this. For Plato, there is also God and the forms. Plato talks of a receptacle, not matter, and this receptacle is turbulent and resistant to the forms. Perfection lies elsewhere in God and the forms. The created world struggles against this elsewhere, is a constant rebellion. As Leibniz said, this is the best of all possible worlds, but only the best in its medium. Compared to the perfect world of the forms, it is terrible. Answering Aristotle's complaint that the world having a beginning made no sense, seeing no reason why God would decide to create the world at one time rather than another, the answer came that it wasn't that the world had an origin, but rather the objects of this world were subjected to time, change, and death. Plutarch kicked back against trying to reconcile Plato with Aristotle. The world does have an origin. Further, he said that the receptacle had a malign soul, contentiously finding evidence for this in Plato's laws. There is an evil world soul alongside a good world soul. The world created by the demiurge is an imitation of the paradynamic world of the forms. In the Timaeus, the forms are separate and may be superior to the demiurge.
That shouldn't be going on. That's not 7 minutes.
The demiurge decides to create, the forms dictate what he will create. In this manner, the demiurge is constrained. Alternatively, the demiurge is not constrained, because the forms are his force. The demiurge itself changed. A first supreme God was thought of as being in a state of eternal divine repose. This was not the demiurge. A second God contemplated this first one. The world of forms comes from this contemplation. This second mind becomes forgetful of himself and looks away from the first mind and down to the receptacle, the world of matter. Out of this rupture is created the world soul, a third deity. Plutarch has this slicing into two world souls, one good and one evil. It is the second God who is the demiurge. This induces an ultimately pessimistic Platonism. The world soul is created by a mind that is not true to himself, nor is he the first and absolute God. There can be no promissory note of divine providence, secure ultimate poetic victory over evil. For example, although the philosopher Galen sees the demiurge as being responsible for the natural order, he is not sure how far his providence extends. There are evils in the world, and he wonders whether the demiurge can control and defeat evil, or even if evils are evil from his point of view. The world is a creation of a benevolent and powerful deity who is not entirely in control. Evil doesn't defeat belief in God, but does defeat belief in the omnipotence of God. Divine providence for Galen is limited, so fate is a possibility at a level below the moon. Bodies are available to a mechanical chain of forces, but souls are not. A naturalistic, materialistic mechanism is linked to fate, and if universalized would rule out free will. But free will exists because souls are free of fate. Final causes are affirmed even as the corruption of the material realm is recognized. The Gnostics adopted this view that the world is metaphysically tragic. Gnostics saw the world as a divine error. Their version told of how divine wisdom, Sophia, fell away from the Godhead, a victim of arrogance. It tried to search the high God and failed. In falling away, she created a deformed child, the Demiurge, who from tears created a world he thought was a copy of divine forms, but wasn't. Instead, he created a prison with the planets as the jailers. Sophia, in her repentance, sows seeds of repentance in this world, and anyone born with these seeds are to be saved. Everyone else, including the Demiurge, will perish. The Demiurge is soul but not spirit, and so is not truly divine. There is something wildly entropic about this. The Ophites, who, as their name suggests, were snake worshippers, had a version of the Demiurge. Little is known about them except for a diagram which shows a ladder of 10 rungs, of which 7 guarded by the planets are heavenly gates. The 7 planets are both malevolent and also gateways to heaven and the divine. The snake is a symbol of the journey from the lowest to the highest place for the soul. At the top is the Demiurge, an accursed god who may be shadowing of the atoning accursed god of Christianity, Christ. Snakes and Ladders has this ancient pedigree. Nameless ones were deathless ones, they came from chaos. Eros is one of them, she who unnerves the limbs and overcomes the mind and wise counsels of all gods and all men within them. Earth stretched from snowy Olympus to dim Tartarus. Earth gives birth to heaven, Uranus for the gods, and Pontus a fruitless deed without sweet union of love. Earth and heaven fuck, and from this sweetness come Oceanus, Comus, Crius, Hyperion, Iapetus, Thea, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and Tethys. Then comes Cronos, the wily youngest and most terrible of her children. Hesiod of Boeotia gives the first classical account of this. The progeny of Uranus are glorious and frighteningly seething, and only Zeus can check their horrors.
There you go.